Hey there guys, Nordic Warrior here. So yeah, Tyson Fury knocks out Dillian Whyte in the 6th round in a very predictable result as far as I'm concerned. I think we all pretty much knew that this was going to happen. Anybody that really analysed the fight and really looked into it and had been following these guys for any significant amount of time knew that this was going to happen. I mean, Fury was the overwhelming favourite for a reason. He had pretty much every advantage going into the fight. Every attribute pretty much favoured him. So, yeah, it was a very predictable result, predictable fight. It is what it is. I don't really have much else to say about it. Fury, of course, looked very good. And Dillian Whyte looked like Dillian Whyte. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. So I made a video. Well, it wasn't a video, it was a live stream the day before the fight. And I was talking about how one of the things that was really confusing me going into the fight, one of the things that I was really, really surprised by, was the fact that so many people, for whatever reason, seemed to be picking Dillian Whyte. Like, all of a sudden, obviously when the fight first got announced, it was pretty much seen as a foregone conclusion that Fury was going to win the fight. And of course, like I said, he was an overwhelming favourite for the fight. Everybody knew that the only reason that Dillian Whyte was getting a shot at the title wasn't due to his ability. It wasn't due to the fact that he could beat Fury. It was just due to the fact that he was the mandatory. And this seemed like one of them fights that we just wanted to get out of the way. At least that's how it was viewed initially. But for whatever reason, as the fight got closer and closer, and as Dillian Whyte kind of resurfaced, because he kind of went into a hiatus, didn't he, during the build-up, and he was just away training and he was staying away from the media. But when Dillian Whyte came back, for whatever reason, a lot of people seem to be picking him to win, and I couldn't really understand it. I'm like, where is this, all of a sudden, this confidence come from in regards to people picking Dillian Whyte to win? A lot of people, and I'm not just talking about people making comments, I'm talking about several channels were picking Dillian Whyte to knock Fury out, and I was just seeing comments all over the place. I was hearing interviews with other fighters, people saying that they were betting their house on Dillian Whyte, and I don't know, it was making me think, do you guys know something I don't? Because this fight, to me, looks like a mismatch. I never thought it was going to be in any way, shape or form competitive. So, yeah, like I said, predictable fight. Where does Fury go from here? Obviously, the fight we all want to see, right? This is I don't even really need to say it, do I? But the fight we all want to see is the Usyk fight, okay? We all want to see Fury take on Usyk. And obviously, if I'm assuming if Usyk gets by AJ in the rematch, which I hear is in the works, I know that rematch isn't officially confirmed. There's a lot of things going on there, but assuming Usyk beats AJ in the rematch and holds on to his titles, there's absolutely no reason why we can't get the undisputed fight. There's no reason why that fight can't happen. There's a lot of demand for it, and there's really no roadblocks getting in the way of it, is there? I don't see why either guy would want to go anywhere else. I know that Fury has talked about retirement. He said in the build-up to this fight that he wants to retire afterwards. I don't believe him. I don't believe it for a second. I think Fury's going to come back. He's definitely going to fight again. Okay, Fury has a habit of doing this. Fury has a habit of announcing his retirement and saying, win, lose or draw, I'm going to lose this fight. I mean, he said so earlier in his career, before he even became British champion. He was talking about wanting to retire, before the Klitschko fight. He said that was going to be his last fight, I'm pretty sure before the Wilder fight, he said it was going to be his last fight. He says it all the time. He announces his retirement on Twitter and talks about how he's depressed and he can't be bothered with boxing anymore. Then a couple weeks later, he's back on Twitter calling out the next guy. It's just something he does, right? So he's going to be back. He's going to fight again, and I want to see the Usyk fight. That's the only fight I'm interested in, because I don't think right now that the heavyweight division is very strong. If I'm being honest, I think it's a pretty poor division, and I just want to see them get that fight, man. Just get the Usyk fight on and stop messing around. Let's see the undisputed fight at heavyweight. And, yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say. As for Dillian Whyte, he got a decent payday. I hear he got about $8 million for this fight. So, he obviously got a career-high payday there. He's made a lot of money in his career. He's been on several pay-per-view headliners. So he's obviously made a lot of money. He's overachieved. I never thought Dillian Whyte was that good. I always thought he was a bit of an overachiever in boxing. So, good luck to him. He can retire or he can just become a gatekeeper or have a cash out fight. I don't know, it is what it is. Yeah, well, what else can I say? Predictable fight. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. God bless.